In this video, we're going to concentrate on the overall market condition of Bitcoin. We're going to go on the lower time frames to really find out how we could trade Bitcoin accordingly to profit during this major downturn in the markets. We're going to look at some historic data and also the long-term perspective of Bitcoin to really find out where we are at the moment. Are we going to see a further dump towards the downside, or could it be that this is the bottom and that we are slowly going to move up from here? Because we saw this major capitulation towards the downside and the bankruptcy of FTX. And guys, we came to a level of 15,500 US dollars. We're going to find out, is this the bottom, or are we going to see a further dump towards the downside? For that, we're also going to look at the major news updates that is happening in the crypto market. So guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe. And now let's directly start with today's content. And before we start, I want to thank you all for smashing up the like button and subscribing to my channel. And keep in mind, I'm having a major giveaway. I'm actually going to double someone's BitGet account. So guys, make sure to be a part of it and sign up to my BitGet link to receive firstly a major deposit bonus and to be part of this major giveaway where I'm going to double your BitGet account. So guys, on the daily chart for Bitcoin, we can see that we had this major capitulation and we came back up all the way to our previous low, round about levels of 17,600 US dollars, where we got a massive rejection towards the downside. And at the moment we are moving in this range, and Bitcoin is quite boring at the moment, but we're going to go on the 4-hour chart to really find out what the price movement of Bitcoin is really doing. So guys, on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, you can see that we have formed our low exactly here. Here we have our support box. We could see that Bitcoin went up all the way to the levels of the previous low, which was round about the level of 17,600 US dollars, and we got this rejection towards the downside. And as you guys can see that at the moment we are holding this trend line and we are also forming higher lows, which is quite good for Bitcoin. But guys, we are still moving sideways and we really have to keep an eye on this trend line. Are we going to break it towards the downside? Then I expect that we're going to come all the way back to our low and maybe even break our low towards the downside. Because guys, we're also getting some bad news in the markets that other crypto exchanges are also facing some liquidity problems. But guys, is it all just fun, or are we really going to see that other players will go down? Then this could bring the market even lower. But besides that, we can see that a lot of Bitcoin is moving off the exchanges and a lot of people are taking the cryptocurrencies off the exchanges, and that is also bringing the supply of the cryptocurrencies down, which is also quite bullish for the market. But guys, firstly, let's look at this technical analysis and then we're going to find out in the news articles what we could expect in the coming weeks. So guys, as I said, it is very important that we're going to hold this trend line at about the level of 16,500 US dollars, and that is our support at the moment. Or could it be that we're going to see a bounce from these levels and that we're going to come all the way back to our resistance box round about the levels of 17,000 all the way up to the level of 17,350, and for that we really have to get bullish signals that we can see that the price of Bitcoin will move up. And for that, we're going to go over to the DXY. So guys, over on the DXY, we can see that the DXY was going down, and at the moment we found some support at the levels of 106, because here we can see we had a lot of support and resistance in these areas. But guys, overall the market condition of the DXY and the interest rate, CPI whatsoever is actually quite good, because the core inflation actually came down. And that is also going to tell us that the Fed won't be as hawkish anymore, and that we could expect that next month we are only going to see a 50 basis point rate hike, and with that the market should cool off. And that is also quite bullish for Bitcoin. But guys, because of this major downturn from FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, we could expect that the price of Bitcoin won't react as positive, as quick as we would like it to all the inflation numbers. So even though the inflation is going down, it could tell us that Bitcoin won't move up immediately. But guys, let's go on the even lower time frames for Bitcoin. Let's go on the 50-minute chart for Bitcoin and find out what the price of Bitcoin is doing at the moment. And as you guys can see that the price of Bitcoin is still forming higher lows. We saw that we had this high and a lower high and even a lower high. So could it be that Bitcoin will come and retest this level again before we're getting this bounce towards the upside? It could be, but maybe we're going to see that Bitcoin will move up from here and that the dollar currency index is going even lower. and that we could expect that we're going to break this resistance level towards the upside and once again come to the level of 17,000 US dollars. And then I would open a trade exactly in these levels if we're going to see this breakout from this resistance area. Because guys, I also posted a trade yesterday in my free Telegram group where we opened a trade exactly here, a short position, and it came all the way down to these levels where I told you you should take 50% of your profits exactly here. And guys, we firstly had our stop loss right about here, so we would actually be still in this short trade. But like I also told you in my Telegram group that I pulled my stop loss down to my entry point, that we're not going to take any losses on this trade. Because guys, we already took 50% of our profits, and at the moment the markets are not easy to trade, and we see a lot of scam wicks that take you out of your trade and then the price turns around and goes in the direction you have traded. So guys, really be careful and only trade when you really feel comfortable. And guys, if you want to trade, use my BitGet link to receive a major deposit bonus. And guys, I'm doing a major giveaway. I'm actually going to double someone's BitGet account. So guys, make use of this free money and sign up to BitGet exactly now. So guys, it is really important that Bitcoin will keep its higher lows and that we're going to form a higher high for Bitcoin, which would be at the levels of 16,800 US dollars. And with that, we could see that Bitcoin will go even higher and maybe even come all the way back to our resistance area where we got a major rejection at the levels of 17,200 US dollars. So guys, that are the levels that we really have to keep an eye on. This trend line round about the level of 16,500 US dollars. If we're going to break it towards the downside and confirm the breakdown, I would also open a trade exactly in these levels, because guys, then it would mean that we're going to come even lower and that we're going to revisit these lows of round about 16,000 until we're going to see what the price movement will do for Bitcoin, if we're going to go even lower or if we're going to skyrocket from these areas. But guys, let's go over to the news articles to find out what is happening in the crypto industry at the moment. So guys, over on Daily Hodl we can see Ethereum based altcoin explodes 130% in a matter of days. Here's the catalyst according to crypto analytics firm Sentiment. So guys, we can see that a lot of decentralized exchange that are based on Ethereum, that they're having a massive pump towards the upside, because it's clear a lot of people are taking their money off from the exchanges and they are putting them on decentralized apps where they can also trade on the leverage market, and also they can trade all the cryptocurrencies on the decentralized exchanges. Analytics firm Sentiment weighs in on Trust Wallet token after Trust Wallet token explodes nearly 145% in just 1 week. And guys, that is also clear. Trust Wallet is an app where you can hold your cryptocurrency and where you own the keys of your crypto. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. So with Trust Wallet, you have the ability to store your cryptocurrencies on your mobile phone, and you actually keep your seed phrase and nobody can take your crypto from you. And that is a good opportunity to hold your crypto off an exchange. I also use Trust Wallet to move my funds around and also to store them on my mobile device. So guys, Trust Wallet is a good option if you want to store your cryptocurrencies, and that's why we saw this massive pump towards the upside, because CZ also announced that you can actually directly transfer from your Binance account your money onto your Trust Wallet, because Trust Wallet is also owned by Binance. So guys, let's go on. Institutional crypto lender Genesis Trading halts withdrawings. So guys, is Genesis the next one in the block that is going to face a major liquidity problem, or are they just recovering their funds and making everything secure for their users? We're going to find out exactly that in the coming days. CFTC's chair calls for international coordination between regulators of crypto industries. And guys, it is really clear that we are going to see crypto regulations being put in place after this major downturn of FTX. So guys, let's go on. FTX and Alameda executives, including Sam Bankman-Fried, were aware of customer funds misuse. So guys, it is really clear that Sam Bankman-Fried knew what was going on behind the scenes. Sam Bankman-Fried continues cryptic Twitter thread, claims FTX US had enough to repay all customers. So guys, he's really saying that if he hasn't claimed for bankruptcy, he would have had the money to cover all the users, which is absolutely total bullshit. So guys, let's go over to the long-term perspective of Bitcoin to really find out, is it a good opportunity to buy, and what are the markets telling us? Are we close to the bottom or not? So guys, now we're going to look at this logarithmic long-term weekly chart of Bitcoin, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago. And guys, on this chart you can exactly see each halving that we had for Bitcoin, and we saw this parabolic move towards the halving, and then we saw at the halving that we started with this parabolic move towards the upside. And afterwards we saw that we were in a bear market for around about 392 days. And afterwards we saw that we formed the bottom exactly at the end of this bear market, and we saw this bullish move towards the upside, towards the halving, and then again we started with this parabolic run towards the upside, and again bear market for 371 days, and then we found the bottom, and then we saw this bullish move towards the halving and the parabolic run towards the upside. And then we saw again that we were in a bear market, we went down, all the way down, and at the moment we are coming exactly to this point where we are at the moment, 370 days like in our previous bear market, and also like a good average from the previous one before that. So guys, could it be that exactly in these areas we have found our bottom, and that this was a major capitulation and the last capitulation of FTX going bankrupt, and that we're going to see that from this point we're going to see a bullish move towards the halving, which will exactly occur round about March to May next year, and that we're going to start with this parabolic run in the next 2 years until we're going to form an all-time high round about the levels of maybe 100 to even 300,000 US dollars. And would this be a good opportunity to buy? Yes, because we are not at the top, and guys, yes, maybe we could go down a little bit more, but what is the average if you buy in these zones and dollar cost average into Bitcoin to really make a fortune? So guys, change your life, change your opportunity, change and stay focused. Buy Bitcoin, use my referral links to receive a major deposit bonus, and also to have this massive opportunity that I'm going to double your trading account. So guys, make sure to be for crypto, smash up the like button and subscribe, and we see each other in the next video.